What's going on? It's your boy LJ hitting you with another Do for 3 midweek motivation hip hop artist out of Indianapolis, and I'm based in Muncie. Quick shout out to our sponsor Pennzoil. Hit them up for all your coal oil incorporated needs, and they will get you straight. But let's get into this, man. So today I want to talk about working with the end in mind, and what I mean by that. So generally in my faith and in my belief, it can be pushed forth that the goal is heaven, right? And then descriptions of heaven end up being people who are floating around as babies playing harps all the time, at least popular descriptions of that, and just singing and for the rest of your time with God, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think worship will be included, but I think oftentimes we have a narrow vision of why we do what we do daily and the work we do. And this is for anybody, you know what I mean? So when I consider work I do as an artist, oftentimes the standard can be, okay, is this song gonna connect with the audience? Is this song or this performance gonna end up allowing me to get a bigger platform to reach more people? Or am I making sure that I'm on my P's and Q's so I can be sustaining an income from this? And this book that I've been reading recently called Culture Making by Andy Crouch has really helped put things in perspective. And this is a big shout out to a lot of people going through college right now, doing your final season, or if you're in high school doing your stuff, wrapping up the end of the year. I know it can be a stressful time, but I think if we work with the end in mind, and this is for people who have working jobs too, if you're working with the end in mind, you'll have a different perspective. So through this book, Andy Crouch talks about the New Jerusalem, and this is supposed to be the city that believers find themselves at the end of the days of the world as we know it. And he has this quote that says, we should ask the same question about our own cultural creativity and cultivating. Are we creating and cultivating things that have a chance of furnishing the New Jerusalem? Will the cultural goods we devote our lives to, the food we cook and consume, the music we purchase and practice, the movies we watch and make, the enterprises we earn our paychecks from and invest our wealth in, be identified as a glory and honor of our cultural traditions, or will they be remembered as mediocrities at best? And then it goes on to say even further down that we tend to have a too short a time frame for the worth of our work. We place our worth and if this book will be noticed, if this store has a profitable quarter, if this contract is accepted. And some of these, he says, are useful steps to assessing and evaluating. They can be misleading for determining if it does have lasting value. Rather, holding up work to God's long-term redemptive process and the reality that culture and the material world, the world of, a lot of things that we're doing now aren't necessarily evil things, and that work happened way back in the garden before the fallen man, and a lot of sin happened. So in our craft and in our pursuits, we don't have to feel like, oh, we're doing secular work or we're doing work that's not of lasting value, because a lot of things that is gonna come to pass is that culture is gonna continue to expand and grow as we enter in the end of times. And that's something to look forward to as you wrestle with difficulty and stress from different things. That I'm not just doing this because this is something I have to do and it's not going to matter in the end. I think that's a perspective that can get pushed on, that, oh, a lot of stuff won't matter, all this stuff is perishing. Yes, it's perishing, but for the imperishable that's going to be realized, and that there's going to be crowns that we do lay at his feet, and a lot of things that we did look towards for significance and worth, they had some worth, but it wasn't comparable to the work that's going to be revealed. And if we're struggling to find hope in these times as we fall short of designs in our work, I know especially when I write lines, when I write music, sometimes it doesn't meet my expectations, or I wish I would have approached it a certain way. I can never quite get something right. That stuff won't be happening, you know what I mean? Eventually there will be a time where it won't be any more dead ends. You know what I'm saying? The whole system of death, the whole natural structure of death will be reversed and inverted on its head. So it's no longer going to be a science with the threat of danger. It'll be triumph without tears, labor without loss, the whole nine. So I just wanted to encourage y'all to have bigger goals in mind than what so often is put upon you by society, by your family, by your folk, by your own expectations. So This has been another Do for 3 Midweek Motivation. I get long-winded sometimes. I feel like I ramble, but it's all good because I'm hyped. I'm excited. So much stuff is coming with Faith, Hope, and Love. If you haven't heard the single now, it's called FHL. You can look it up on Spotify, LJIIIFHL. And that's LJ space I and then FHL, and it's also on iTunes. Support, copy the new single. Let me know your thoughts, man. I love your feedback on it. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, check out my Patreon. I'm launching something new here shortly by my guy David Della Gardells at Advice, Dope Sword Maker. And yeah, just continue living in that, looking towards a future hope, man. It is a living hope that we complete and bank all our faith on. So yeah, get ready. Is coming. Faith, hope, love. Say faith, hope, love. Man, hear the vision voice crack like coke. Guys, y'all ready though?